Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Today is indeed a great day for our state. Director Boswell, thank you for getting us started. But more importantly, thank you for accepting the charge that I gave. Y'all, increasing broadband across Alabama has been a top priority of mine as governor, and it will continue to be as we move into the next 4 years. You may have heard me say before, achieving full broadband coverage is a journey, not just a short trip, and it takes a team. Well, folks, we have a winning team here in Alabama, and our team is going to get us to the end of this journey, and that is to give everyone in Alabama, no matter where they live, the ability to be connected. Because in 2022, being able to be connected at home, at work, and on the go is just absolutely necessary. Director Boswell described for us the journey thus far. So what's next? Well, y'all, that's why we're here today. Earlier this year, I proposed to the legislature that we allocate about $83 million of the American Rescue Plan Act funding to go towards what we're calling the middle mile. Today, I'm proud to announce that this grant will support the fiber utility network for our Alabama Middle Mile project. And I'm thrilled to share that the corporation will include the following 8 electric co-ops: Central Alabama, our host this morning, Coosa Valley, Covington, Coleman, Joe Wheeler, North Alabama, Power South, and Tom Bigby. Y'all, with this winning team, we will be connecting almost 3,000 miles of existing and new fiber infrastructure within just 3 years. This will impact more than 300 Alabama towns and cities. And once connected, it will give a whole lot more Alabama families the ability to opt to be customers to one of the last mile service providers. Now, folks like Tom Stackhouse, one of our recipients, and who you will hear from in just a moment, could explain this in better technical terms, but let me break it down a bit. Broadband is a nice word that we hear anywhere from Washington, D.C. to Camden, Alabama. So here in Alabama, we've got our long-haul fiber, our middle mile, our last mile, or let's call it our last half mile. And if you're at home or watching the news, what you care most about is being able to have working internet, plain and simple. Well, folks, the middle mile, the infrastructure setting part of this journey is exactly what's going to get us there. Y'all, this is going to be a transformative for our state. And I firmly believe that Alabama will be the model for the nation when it comes to how to achieve full broadband coverage. And I predict by the end of my next term, we will have an entire broadband map lit up. So again, today is indeed a great day. It's a huge day for Alabama. Thank you to every single one of you for all you've done. It would not be possible without you. And I look forward to continuing this journey together. May God continue to bless each of you in the great state of Alabama. Now let's bring up one of our grant recipients and host this morning, Central Alabama Electric President and CEO, Tom Stackhouse. Tom?
Governor, I don't think I can get any more technical than you did. Thank you very much. Good job, because if technical is what we needed, you got the wrong person standing up here. But I am glad to be here Madam Governor, thank you, as well as the honorable members of our legislature, and Kent Boswell and the staff of Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs. Your vision and leadership in recognizing the need to bring all Alabamans into the world of high-speed internet, the impact will be felt for generations. On behalf of the 8 members of the Fiber Utility Network, you will get to know us as fun. That's as good as it gets today. We are honored to be chosen to be a partner with you in building of a middle mile network, high-speed digital highway that will connect many previously left out of the digital economy. I'd like to ask all those that are associated with the Fiber Utility Network, the co-op employees, if you would please stand. That includes Alabama Rural Electric Association, our statewide association. Don't be embarrassed to do it. The governor has already introduced the 8 members, but these are the representatives who will get the job done, and who will be pushing hard to make sure we do it right. Electric cooperatives are created to fill a need. They were created to fill a need and to serve people in areas that were hard to reach. These communities had mainly been left out because they were thought to be unserviceable areas. But as was found, the electric service, the same will happen with fiber systems. The fiber systems we have built to our members' homes and businesses in these communities that were much in need are transforming now into productive, growing communities that can make a great difference in the success of our state. This middle mile system will make it easier for any last mile providers to reach all areas, and at the same time make connectivity for our citizens and businesses of Alabama better. Today is just the start of great things to come. Thank you all very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to bring to the podium Senator Clay Schofield, the Majority Leader of the Senate, and he is also the Chairman of ADEA and has gave me good leadership guidance, a lot of wisdom, been a lot of meetings, Senator, and we certainly appreciate our relationship with you. So, Senator Schofield, please come up.
Thank you, Director Boswell, and it's been wonderful working with you. This day is truly a historic day. I really believe that this day is Alabama's great leap forward. I think that this announcement is going to change our state for the better for generations to come. Governor, you really are America's leading broadband governor, and we can't thank you enough. This just shows what we can truly accomplish when we work together. The governor, her staff, her administration, the legislature, and our leadership, Republicans and Democrats, even Bobby. I've got to get my jab in on Bob. And our co-ops. Our co-ops have committed to rural Alabama for decades and have delivered electric utilities and now fiber to our most rural areas. And I'm so excited that you are playing a part in that so that we can truly connect rural Alabama to the rest of the world to help with economic development, education, health care. Connectivity is the great equalizer, and I truly believe that it will bring our most vulnerable communities into the 21st century. And there's nothing more important and greater, Governor, that we could do for our state. So once again, thank you so much, and to the members of the legislature. Now it's my great honor. We are truly blessed in Marshall County with a wonderful health care system, and connectivity impacts that. And so it's my great honor to introduce Chris Rush, who is the president of Marshall Medical Centers, Marshall County. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Schofield. Thank you, Governor Ivey. This is a huge deal for health care. That's probably an understatement. Particularly for health care centers that are hospitals that are in rural areas like we are in Marshall Medical Centers, in the Gunnersville, Boaz, Arab area. And there's two crucial determinants or elements to good health care, and that is having quality services, quality staff, quality physicians, but also access to that quality care. Rural communities like ours are particularly impacted by health care issues that range from shortages of staffing or physicians, but an even bigger one is geography. It's a large barrier for a number of people in rural communities. So the ability to deliver health care services remotely offers enormous potential to improve access to that care in our communities. Managing through the pandemic over the last 2.5 years really underscored the importance of connectedness. Doctors and patients had to rely in many instances on connectedness through their mobile phones, if they were fortunate enough to have that connectivity. But as we all know, in rural areas, a lot of places and areas in the state, that reality was not a possibility. Those who didn't have access to this mobile connectedness often went without care for longer periods of time than were ideal. So today's announcement is one of the great hopes for Marshall Medical Centers and our abilities to successfully expand access to clinical services that would otherwise not be possible. There are many avenues of healthcare delivery that are enabled with expanded access to broadband services. With adequate broadband, it's easier to connect a primary care physician with their patient via a telemedicine solution that we've all become somewhat familiar with. A neurologist or a critical care physician or other specialist that's in a tertiary center in a larger city can connect with and monitor and care for patients in an ER or an inpatient setting in a rural hospital. And they can do that through remote monitoring if they have good connectivity. As rural hospitals integrate more with larger systems, much like we are with the Huntsville Hospital Health System in Huntsville, electronic medical records are also able to be shared in real time and to further advance continuity of care and the speed of that care. So that's immensely important. So I'm pleased to have this opportunity to offer thanks and gratitude to Governor Ivey, Senator Schofield, many of our other legislators who have realized this importance and the huge impact that access to broadband will play in our ability to keep patients local to their communities and continue to deliver high-quality health care services in the future. So thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was said earlier, and it's a true statement. Broadband is a bipartisan issue. I would like to now call my friend up, Senator Bobby Singleton, Minority Leader.
Thank you.
Good morning. What a great day to be an Alabamian. Illustrious governor who has the vision to continue to move this state forward. And when I say the governor who has the vision to move this state forward, I speak of the entire state. Governor Ivey, thank you for always including rural Alabama in your agendas. In regard to health care to broadband, she's continued to look out for rural Alabama. And I just want to say today that this is going to be a game changer. where I and Clay wake up on the 50-yard line, now the same 50-yard. So this is going for my communities and what I see in my communities. These are some of the things that are needed. We've seen children get left behind during the pandemic. We talk about health care and rural hospitals and all in our community. It brings hope to rural communities that didn't have that hope. Broadband is the new utility. It is the new power. It is the new water. So we may as well get used to it in our lives. So I want to bring about and tell the story a little bit better than I can of how it affects rural children in our school system. I want to bring on a teacher of over 20 years of experience of teaching and who can now we're facing a third grade reading proficiency test for our babies now. With someone who understands how well and how this will help bring you one of
Good morning. I bring you greetings on behalf of Superintendent Ryans and the Hale County Board of Education, teachers, and students across the state of Alabama. I would like to thank Senator Singleton for inviting me to be in attendance today. I also would like to thank Governor Ivey for all she's doing in the area of education. This is going to be huge for our babies, especially our babies in rural Alabama. With the onset of the pandemic, our students haven't had the resources needed to be proficient in all of the academic areas. The area of reading in particular has taken a great hit, and now we have to do so much to make sure our third graders are proficient. So this initiative is going to be huge in the fact that our students will be able to access internet in a faster area. You know, with the pandemic, our students, they were given the technology boxes to access the internet, but it didn't work as well. So now with this initiative, we will have high-speed internet. It will allow them to do practice areas that they need to work on the computer at home. So we just are so appreciative of this initiative, and we thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the honor to be able to introduce Representative Randall Shedd. He's a leader in the House. He heads up the Rural Coalition on the standpoint of broadband. Please come up and make comments. Representative Shedd.
Thank you very much. It's exciting to be here today. What a great day it is. And thank you, Governor Ivey and your team, Director Boswell, and your team for making it a priority, a very high priority, not just a priority, but a very high priority. Thanks to your leadership and leading all of us in the same direction, we're here today to make a great announcement, and thank you for doing that. I appreciate my legislative colleagues in the House and the Senate for support of legislation that has been passed over the years toward internet for all in Alabama, and that's our goal. So here today, we're here, I would like to name a lot of people that helped us get here today, but time doesn't permit, so I'll just have to do that individually. But I do want to say thank you to the Alabama Rural Broadband Coalition, who was such a great force in working to get much of the legislation passed that we passed. And I think the first time any of us heard the word broadband came from Senator Clay Schofield. Senator, thank you for getting everything going, and I will say that one thank you I have to say, because he's been a true visionary in this process. A news reporter asked me the other day talking about the. Let me just say this: good coaches always tell us you celebrate 24 hours. So we're here today to celebrate, but then we've got to get back to work. to get the broadband work done throughout the state. So we've got a lot of other work to do. A newspaper reporter asked me the other day about the funding, and we've got to address this again in the legislature next year. The ARPA funds, the second round, will be coming up, and this reporter said, how much do you think needs to go to broadband? Of course, I said all of it. So we've got work to do. It takes money to get the job done, and I look forward to working with my colleagues as a wonderful issue that we're working on today. Thank you. And here today, there's nobody in the state that understands the need for broadband probably better than those the realtors of our state. So we have here Mr. Wes Grant, who is the president of the Alabama Association of Realtors, to talk to us about it from a business perspective.
Good morning. As I said, my name is Wes Grant. I'm a realtor from Dothan, Alabama for 37 years, back before I even knew what internet was and broadband. I'm glad you did bring that up. President of Alabama Realtors this year, and this is one of those things I get to do that is a lot of fun. I can make a lot of hard decisions, but this is one of those great things. So I am excited to be here today and so proud of these leaders and members of the Rural Broadband Coalition for making the expansion of broadband internet a reality for more Alabamians. Access to broadband is one of the most important issues affecting consumers when they search for homes. It's a question our members receive during almost every home search, and in many cases it is the deciding factor of where people choose to buy a home and raise their families. Access to broadband expands quality of life from everything to watching movies, children completing homework, which thank you for what you said. My wife's a teacher as well, so I understand that. Operating a business, working from home, which we had to do a lot of in the pandemic, to supporting an increasing number of smart home appliances that require internet access to perform at their highest level. This single issue affects almost every aspect of our lives today. Thank you, Governor Ivey, Senator Schofield, Representative Shedd, and everybody else that's involved for your leadership and unwavering commitment to improving the quality of life in our state each and every day. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.